Hi, how is everyone? So it just seems that I'm just having a lot of videos back to back, but it's because that's how I did them. I just couldn't do videos before. So, anyway, and my crazy look is because I took a shower. Yes, I do bath sometimes, and my hair is kind of like still a little bit wet, so I cannot touch it until it's fully dry, so then I can crunch my curls. But anyway, so today I wanted to just brush off on a couple things. And one, it's about autonomy for our children. So, and this, I think that applies across the board for every single child. And it's because of the video that I just posted yesterday. I was talking about, respecting our children's privacy. And it's not only respecting their privacy, but then it's also remembering that, they have their own needs, they have their own wants and desires. And yes, I know that it's hard sometimes as a parent to, where you cut the line into, yes, what is appropriate and what is not, as for us as an adult. But my point is that autonomy, we have to, teach our children their own autonomy. And in the special needs world, we know that there was a study that unfortunately, children with special needs, they have a higher risk of being abused in any type of form. And this is a very, scary, thing to talk about. And this is why I always tell parents that we have to respect their autonomy. And it's not about just posting everything, sharing all the photos. It's about respecting them. Of course, we all think differently, but I want parents to understand that we don't own our children. They're not possessions. They are children with their own personalities, with their own bodies. And I feel that if we teach them that at a very early stage, we're preparing them for the future, to be able to defend themselves in a better way. And I feel that that applies to everyone. Of course, a child that is developing, what we call neurotypically normally, maybe, a parent wouldn't have much stress on that because children are going to be learning as they go through movies, through life, talking to their peers. But what about when your children are not developing in the same way? Maybe what about when they don't talk, when they cannot tell you what is happening? And I feel that, these clicked with me a long, long time ago. Maybe when my son was about 2 or 3 years old. And it was because, when you go to a public restroom, right, and they have these cute koala baby changing things, they're right there in the public restroom, but they're usually in some restrooms that are like in the accessible bathroom where people who uses wheelchairs, because it's wider and there's more space. So in some bathrooms they have these baby changing table. I call them the koala because they have like a koala sticker. They have them inside of that part of the restroom, but in majority of other restrooms, even in parks or amusement parks, there's just like in the plain bathroom where everyone can see. So when they're babies, I don't think that people has much of like, well, baby maybe doesn't understand their autonomy yet. But think about that all the other children, young adults that are going to need to be using a diaper or pull out for a long period of time, and maybe if they have mobility problems, having something like that, of course, first of all, doesn't work, because they're meant just for babies. That's another issue. I will talk about that later. But it's about keeping their privacy. It's keeping their, autonomy. You wouldn't just keep, a 4-year-old with, just exposed to whoever because they understand their autonomy. So that's what it clicked with me a long time ago, that, I was going to be teaching my child that yes, this is your body, and no one should be, touching you in a way that it shouldn't be, because this is your body. And I remember a while ago, even before my son was born, I read something about that how we always force children to kiss auntie, do this, do that, and we're not understanding that we're giving them mixed messages. That because an adult tells you that you have to do it, you have to do it even if you don't want to. And that's what I say, that it's hard sometimes for parents to understand that, yeah, no, they're unique, they're their own individuals. So if they don't want to say hi, well, then they don't. If they don't want to kiss you, then they don't. And we should respect that, because down the road we're treating them and we're telling them that they are a unique person and that they can make their own decisions. And no matter how they're going to be able to communicate that, you want to instill that in them. So it all goes, related, keeping their privacy, not sharing everything about them. Because just put yourself in that shoes. Will you like everything to be shared, even if it's something that you don't like, that makes you uncomfortable, that maybe you're embarrassed about it? I just feel that, as a society, we're forgetting about all those things that, of course, because it's new and we don't have, data yet to say all the damage that this can cause, because this is new, right? So in 20 years, those children that, grew up being overly exposed to social media, now we're probably going to be seeing what is happening to them. But I think that it's fair early to say that we all know that we're going to have a lot more, mental health problems down the road, because we're sending so many mixed messages. So I just wanted to touch about, autonomy, and I can keep carrying away, but as a special needs parent, because, of course, my channel, it's dedicated for that. I want you to remember that, yes, sharing photos, it's very cute, but don't overly share. And if you're able to ask your children, ask their opinion. And if they don't want you to share the photo, then don't. Respect them. We as parents, we are the ones in charge of, teaching our children autonomy of their thoughts, autonomy of their bodies, autonomy of their own desires and wants, because you do want them to be their own selves. And however that it is, we have to respect that. So that's pretty much about it for today. Well, hopefully you're having a wonderful day, and see you soon.